gathered from doing these groups is that people want things that taste good, that are easy, fast, but really delicious. So the key to this is you want to eat lots of plants. So we're eating a lot of vegetables, and cooked vegetables are easiest on the GI tract. Anybody who's having gut issues, like bloating and all that stuff, you got to back off the raw foods and eat more of the cooked foods. And so we're going to have a cooked mixed vegetable dish, which I'll just show you what it looks like. I just cooked it, and that's what we're going to put this topping on, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like in the pan. Very easy. Very, very easy. What we've got here is some frozen broccoli, yellow squash, purple sweet potato, spring mix, wilted spring mix, carrots, there's juice there, carrots, and then I've got a mixture of navy and red beans that I made. So that's what this is just an easy, quick meal. Didn't take very long to throw that together. You just put it in sections in your pan, put a little water underneath it, cook it until it's tender the way you want it. And that's how easy that is. So that'll just sit over here till it's time to eat. And but you all don't get to eat it, of course. So what we're going to make tonight is we're going to make just some seed and nut toppings. And so what we're doing is we're making it taste better, delicious, but we're bumping up the nutrition. And we're also bumping up the calories a little bit, because that's a pretty low calorie dish there. You know, eating plant-based nutrient dense is low calorie. So you have to, and we need fat, so we're going to get the fat in this. So this right here, the one I thought we'll do 2 toppings. This one has got sesame seeds, and these are the unhulled sesame seeds, and pumpkin seeds. And I lightly toast them, because that's going to give you a roasty, toasty flavor. And so this is something that we're going to put in the food processor. So just this right now is just pumpkin seeds, and you all can figure it out. And so this, I'm not giving you a recipe for this, so you might want to jot down things, but I'm also wanting you all to learn to just throw things together.
Unhulled sesame seeds.
These are unhulled sesame seeds. So they're very high in calcium. Your pumpkin seeds are very high in zinc. So these are things that we really need.
We prefer organic.
And we get everything organic. So we've got that there. And then let's season this up. So this is toasted sesame seeds and toasted pumpkin seeds. So what I'm going to do is I think we'll do with this one. You want to do everything dry so that it doesn't, I mean, you can keep it in the freezer, but you can keep it on your table if it's all dry stuff. So this one, what do you think? We're going to definitely do some onion powder and some garlic powder. And of course, if you want to do this with fresh garlic and roasted fresh garlic or whatever, you can. It's just, you can't just leave it sitting out on the counter. You have to keep it in the refrigerator, okay? And I'm just showing you how to make it. And then here's some cumin. I don't know if I want to do cumin in there. I was going to do some pumpkin with that. And I'm going to use some white miso powder, because salt, because they found that miso, because apparently the soy in it, the fermented soy, does not seem to bump up your blood pressure like salt does. But it's going to give you some salt. So let's put...
And the white miso is lower sodium.
And the white miso is lower sodium. Now you can get, this is dry miso, and you can order this from Spice Specialist. And it's info@spicespecialist.com if you want to write down their telephone number. It's 516-942-7248. It took a while to find powdered miso. They have it in soups and stuff, but just to find the powdered miso. But you can find some on Amazon too. So I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of powdered miso in this. Or do you want more than a heaping? Okay. Then I'm going to put garlic powder. And I'm going to do about, 2/3 of a teaspoon. And then I'm going to do onion powder. Same thing, 2/3 of a teaspoon. You can do more or less, however you want it. And then, just trying to think what I want to put in there with that. I guess I'll do this. Well, let's see if I do that. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll just do Air de Provence. We'll make this an herb one. And do you all know about Air de Provence?
No.
Okay, it comes from the Provence region of France, and it's spelled like Herbe de Provence, but the pronunciation is Air de Provence in French. And so it comes from the Provence region in France. The French have put together this combination. It's got tarragon, it's got a little rosemary in there, it's got a little, sometimes it'll have a little lavender in there. It's got a little thyme in there. So it's a French herbal combination called like Herbe de Provence.
H-E-R-B?
Yes, H-E-R-B, then D-E, and then another word, Provence.
Last word.
P-R-O-V-E-N-C-E. And you'll be able to find it in the where spices are in the stores. So I'm going to do a couple of teaspoons of Air de Provence in there. I'm going to test this and see if I like it, if I would think it should be stronger. I'll let Mark test it because, you know, I have these food sensitivities, so I can't eat hardly any of the food I make. Okay, so, oh, I know what I want to put in there. This is for your iodine. Iodine. Because we need iodine. Most of us are not getting enough iodine. And so, this is organic sushi nori. And you get that at the health food store, the natural food store. And I'm going to put a whole sheet of that in there. And that will be one sheet. Okay, I'm going to put more than that because that's only 110 micrograms. You need about 125 micrograms a day, but I'll show you how you can get it just a minute. But this will help. So,
I didn't catch the name of that.
okay, I'll show. I'm going to put it up closer. Can you hold it close so they can read it, please?
Okay.
Now, you can get this at the health food store, and you take 1 tablet a day. This is Icelandic kelp. That you're going to get your iodine. So because Mark takes iodine, maybe I'll do 1.5 in there.
Okay.
And it gives it kind of a little bit of a sea flavor, very mild. Now this is called Gramasio. Actually, it is it's a macrobiotic. That's where I first learned about this particular one here. They don't put the herbs in it, but they just do the sesame seed, and they do sesame seed salt and that seaweed. But I'm doing it a little different. So I'm going to put some pepper in there too, some fresh ground pepper. Okay. Using the food processor rather than a blender, you can't really overdo it. So this is ready. Oh, Mark, can you smell it? Come over and smell it. It smells so toasty. Those toasted sesame seeds are amazing. I wish you all could smell it. I wish somehow I could, get little scratch cards that I could mail out to everybody. And then when the cooking classes, you all could sniff the little scratch cards. Okay, so now I'm going to pour this into a jar because we're going to want to keep this in a jar. And you can even put it in a shaker thing. You know, those shakers that have the bigger holes, those like metal shaker. So now, I'm gonna mute. Am I gonna be able to get it all in here?
No.
Nope. Okay. And this is a handy little item.
So that's what I take
And so
with me to put on.
when Mark when he goes to work, he will take his little stuff in a small jar like this. Okay, so that's done. Can you put this aside for me, please? I'll leave this sitting out here, and I'll bring it up closer so you can see how it looks. And you can just spoon it on food, shake it on food. I mean, it really gives your food a great flavor. I wonder if I smell it. I don't really smell the air de Provence because the sesame, toasted sesame, is so strong. So what you do when you make it, you just taste it and you get it the way you want it. And you put any herbs you want in it or any spices. You could do, we did a curry dish last week, but you can do a curry one. You can do, you can put turmeric in it. You can put all kinds of stuff in it, in these things. And you can have several of them. So, you can have different flavors of things. So if you're eating a lot of vegetables, and then you just put these different flavorings on. And
after I sprinkle that, and you're getting a voice from the ether here, but after I sprinkle this on my bowl or container of food, whatever I've got where I am, I will also sprinkle over it balsamic, a mixture of balsamic vinegar and apple cider vinegar. And sometimes I've gotten specialty balsamic vinegars, different flavorings, but even just the standard balsamic and apple cider vinegar, I like the tart tangy, and it blends perfectly with the nuts and the seeds.
Sounds delicious.
okay, so now let's do some pecans. These are really good pecans. We get these from those stores, those nut stores that different places have, and so we get this at one of those nut stores out in the country. Oh dear, I have to have this in there. So I'll do some pecans.
I think it's sitting on a nut.
Do you want pecans, Mark, or do you want pecans and walnuts? A combo?
Yeah.
Okay. You want black walnut?
Yes, black
Oh,
walnut.
well, black walnuts are in the refrigerator. I've got these English walnuts over here.
Use English.
Okay, we're going to do English. As I said, you all make any combination you want. Almonds, cashews, whatever.
Black walnuts have a stronger flavor. They're wild harvested, and so by their nature, they're organic. They harvest quite a few here in Missouri. We have a company in eastern Missouri that supplies nationwide. But black walnuts have a stronger flavor. It's not like the milder walnut she's using there. But either one, if you get a chance to taste or try black walnuts, they're an acquired taste, I guess.
It is an acquired taste, but they're I can't remember why, but they're supposed to be, they have something more than the English walnut. And then this one, we're going to put black cumin seed in here. Black cumin seed is a very, very, it's kind of all the rage now. It's very good for the immune system, and it's very high in antioxidants. It's a superfood. So we're going to put some black cumin in here. So you can just put all your superfoods in here. I'll throw just a spoonful, but you test it and see what you like. And when you roast things like whole cumin seeds, because you can do whole seeds in this because it'll grind it up. But when you roast whole cumin seeds, a lot of times roasting things a little bit in a dry pan will bring out the flavor.
Caraway? Caraway?
I'm not going to do caraway in this, but it's because it's going to be, well, I could, because caraway goes with this, because caraway goes with goulash. So we'll throw a little bit of caraway in here. I'm just making this up as I go along. Not too much. Don't want to overpower it. I just did maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of caraway. And then we'll do a little ground cumin, not too much because cumin is awfully strong. The black cumin is not as strong as the cumin. And of course, if you toast cumin, it brings out the flavor. Okay, so I'm going to do half a teaspoon of cumin. And then I'm going to throw some of this spike in here, which we talk about that we used last week. That's just a good, it's got vegetables in there. It's the no salt spike seasoning. And it's just great to sprinkle on top of your vegetables when you're cooking them. It's got a wonderful flavor. It's got onion, orange crystals, nutritional yeast, garlic, celery, dill, horseradish, lemon peel, mustard, orange peel, parsley, white pepper, turmeric, green and red bell peppers, rose hips, summer savory, mushroom, safflower, coriander, fenugreek, basil, marjoram, oregano, thyme, tarragon, cumin, ginger, cayenne pepper, cloves, spinach, rosemary, cinnamon, paprika, and tomato. It has about everything in it.
Wow.
So I showed you all that last week. That's the spike. But I'm just showing it to Rita since she wasn't here. Now, I'm going to put there is a real difference with paprikas. Hungarian paprika is by far the best. I ordered this one online, but you can oftentimes it comes in a little tin, a white kind of tin, white and red tin. It'll say Hungarian paprika, but I ordered this one. This is a smoked Hungarian paprika. And this is actually, I can't read it because it's in Hungarian. But you want the real Hungarian paprika. It's much better than the Spanish paprika. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of this. I had another one. What's this one? This was this is a Spanish smoked paprika. So it's going to be different. It's going to be very different from the Hungarian, but there's nothing like the Hungarian. And then not even just getting Hungarian regular paprika that's not smoked. Either the smoke, just the Hungarian paprikas are far superior.
And there's also a hot paprika because the peppers.
Yes, there's the hot paprika.
Peppers come in all different heat ranges.
So now I'm going to do the miso again.
Teaspoon?
Yeah, a teaspoon. And we need our garlic and onion powder. Always need that.
Now those nuts could be toasted.
Yes, the pecans, not so much the walnuts, but the pecans. I'm going to put, I did about a teaspoon of garlic powder. Why not? Then Mark's going to taste these and tell us if I did a good job. And I did a little less than a teaspoon on that one. Smells pretty good. Now, you can put, if you wanted to, we have all kinds of dried peppers here. So Mark likes things spicy. I've also got dried tomatoes. That would be good in it. I think I'll throw some dried tomato in here. Now, these happen to be dried tomatoes from our garden, but you can just buy dried tomatoes from the store. And that gives it a really good flavor, putting dried tomatoes in there.
It might be better to do those in a spice grinder first.
Really? They won't grind up well?
Not as fine. They
Okay, well Mark, then what he does is he'll grind up things in a coffee grinder. Because you can really, he says the tomatoes don't grind up that well in this. So here, we'll do this.
You can.
Yeah. And then just dump them in there. not even grinding up that well in here. I mean, they are. They're just a few pieces that are not. I did the last time I did one of these things. I did it in the blender, but you got to pulse it. If you do it too long, it'll turn it to a paste. This won't turn it to a paste. Oh, this will be ground up just fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead for Mark and put some spicy, we actually smoked our own paprika, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of our own. This is Hungarian paprika, that fresh that I bought at the farmer's market. There's some people who sell all kinds of peppers, so I'm throwing that in there. And then I'm going to, he likes spicy stuff, so I'm going to put some spicy stuff in here. Some spicy peppers. Let's see, what's this? Oh, you know, I wanted the chipotle. Do you want chipotle in this?
Well,
Or
no,
do you just want
we've
that?
got enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh, those are the tomatoes. Which peppers do you want in here, Mark?
Just throw a couple cayenne peppers.
Okay. These are just a couple of roasted, dehydrated cayenne peppers to make it nice and hot for him. He likes to sweat sometimes when he eats his food.
So, don't know if y'all can see that. That's on the grill beginning to roast, and the round peppers on the bottom are the Hungarian paprikas, and that's what they look like fresh. Up on top are...
No, the ones on the top are the Hungarian. The round ones are not. Those were another type. Those were pimentos. The round ones are little pimentos.
Take it back, Robin's correct. Yeah, the bottom ones are pimentos, and up on top a mix of Hungarian, but there was also some long red cayennes, which I mixed together. But the pimentos were excellent also.
Okay. Okay, so this one is done. You see how nice it looks, how red it is? Okay, Mark, so it smells awfully good. You're going to taste these, Mark.
So before we taste, I'll just show you another colorful. These were sweet peppers, some jalapenos, and portobello mushrooms. On the grill, and use those fresh chopped in with veggies, like the veggie bowl she has, and or sometimes put them in dehydrator and then do them later. But the sweet peppers, combination of all those is,
Is there any
one of my
asparagus?
favorites.
And we also do asparagus on the grill. Okay, Mark, you're going to taste this and see if it needs anything. What it looks like. See, it's powdery.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay. It says that's good.
It's coarser than what we usually do.
Well, this one's coarser. When I do the nuts, I do it a little bit coarser because they have more fat in them.
Ah.
So now taste this. Oh no, that's not good. Yes. And you can also get dried lemon with lemon peel. You can get dried vinegar. You can get all kinds of stuff, so you can just make all these dried things. I have dried vinegar, and I could have put some lemon in there, but I didn't, I wanted to do something you all have, but that's great. How's that?
Yeah, I like the roasted, toasted.
Okay, so he likes, these are perfect, he says. So, but you just go online and you just look up dried lemon juice, and then you can get dried lemon peel, and you can kind of mix it together and put it in this, so it's almost got that tart. Do you remember when lemon pepper came out years ago? And it had that tart. Well, you can make your own kind of lemon peppery kind of thing. I didn't put, okay, so this, now we'll put this in here. And I would definitely keep this in the refrigerator and just put it out when you're going to eat. because it'll just keep it fresh.
Hey, Rob, how long would you keep something like that?
Oh,
In 6 months?
yeah, yeah. Yes.
It never lasts that long around here.
Yeah, it doesn't last that long around. It might not, once you start eating it, it might not last that long with you either. But yeah, just in the refrigerator, lasts a long time. You can also keep it, you can have a little jar of it that you keep in the refrigerator, and you can have a bigger jar of it you keep in the freezer. And then it'll last even longer. Because we keep a lot of it, we keep it in some of it in the refrigerator, in the freezer too. Oh, I did too much. So, Mark, I'm gonna need another jar, another small jar. So when I do that, which I often do, I just put it in a mixing bowl. Well, wait, I think I can do it, Mark. I think I can do it. I think I can get it in here. Okay, but now we're going to put it on the vegetables.
We don't always make as big a batches as we are tonight.
Well, I thought I'd make it so you go through it.
Yes, that's
So
true.
this will go into the freezer, and then Mark will fill up his little jars with it. So see, you got 2 nice jars of this, and then you got all the fat you need right here. So now we will make up a dish with these cooked vegetables. You know, I didn't put the tomatoes in there. Oh well. We can mix it later in this bowl with the tomatoes. I forgot. Okay, so now I've got the vegetables.
And we've got a second jar.
Oh yeah, we've got another jar. So I'm doing broccoli, yellow squash, purple sweet potatoes like the Okinawans, not the Blue Zones eat. They're full of wonderful antioxidants. The same antioxidants that you find in blueberries. This will be Mark's dinner tonight. So I've got, right here so far I've got purple sweet potatoes, yellow squash, broccoli, carrots, and as I said, that's just frozen broccoli. You can do as much frozen as you want. Beans. Now, some more carrots. And now the wilted spring mix, because you always want some greens with your meal, whether it's cooked kale. You know, if you don't have any GI issues and you do fine with raw, you can do this, you can do the bowl partially raw and partially. Okay, I know Mark wants the spicy one. He probably might like both of them. But, so I'm going to put this on top of it. And this is going to make your meal, rather than just some vegetables, which we had somebody on the other week, and she was like, she said her family didn't eat this way, and we made a curry dish that was real fast and easy, and she said, oh, if I made cooked food like that, I think they would eat this way. She said, I just cook vegetables. So look at this.
Looks great.
So you've just made this just regular old vegetables with nothing going on with this nice topping. And it will just make all the difference in the world. Now, Mark, are you going to come over here and have a bite of it?
I'll just take it over here.
Well, why don't you have a bite of it in front of them? You can step back here in the... Mark didn't know I was going to make him be on the camera. This is Mark.
I'm the voice behind the camera. And I'm going to take a bite, but I'll finish it later, so we've got other things to do here.
But it's really good if you get that powdered lemon juice and you add some of that to it. Pretty nice. And the powdered vinegar.
Or I do, like I said earlier, balsamic and apple cider vinegar mixed together, and we'll sprinkle it over it too.
So you would probably do that with this, right?
Well, lemon juice would work also.
Does it need more of this? Would you put more of that on there?
I would myself.
So it's up to you how much you want to put on there. But look, see, he said he was just going to take one bite. Now he's eating more than one bite. That much is that how much?
That's good. Okay.
So you put as much as you want on there.